Greetings, fellow survivors of Darkest Wednesday, that dark evil day when the yellow light of fear infected the entire internet, forcing sites to go dark or, I guess, black out. So yeah, in case you didn't notice, today a lot of websites, well, not a ton of websites, but most notably Wikipedia decided to replace their usual service with a message, boycott SOPA, or write to your congressman about SOPA or whatever. And for people who hadn't heard of SOPA before, it raised a sort of interesting catch-22, because when Wikipedia is telling you that you can't go on there because, they want you to do something about the SOPA thing, at the same time, where are you going to look up about SOPA? Hello, Wikipedia. Um, yeah, it's crazy how much a lot of people, including myself, over-rely on Wikipedia, and you'd never think how hard it'd be just to go a day without Wikipedia until you have to go a day without Wikipedia. It's just the go-to source for random facts and trivial information throughout the day. I mean, granted, IMDb solved a lot of other questions, but not all of your questions will be movie-based, so that's an issue right there. By the way, if you're checking out this lamp, do you like it? Just my Big Bad Toy Store order came in the other day. I finally released the thing just so I could get my Green Lantern Classic stuff, so I can finish off some collect and connects that I've been sort of have the pieces sitting around for. But I'll actually toss the haul portion of that at the end of the video. As for SOPA itself, I mean, I'm not sure if anybody would believe that this legislation would actually pass, but at the same time, it's great that occasionally people will jump up on their tables and their desks and shout and scream at the top of their lungs against something, just so people will sort of get the message not to do stuff like it. Personally, as far as the whole intellectual properties are concerned, I'm never even close to being blameless, because I do admit to dabbling in copyright infringement in terms of checking out stuff that, isn't being promoted by the actual holders of the copyrights. In some cases, it's because they've chosen not to localize within certain markets. There are a lot of shows that are specific to some regions. Nobody buys the rights for the other regions. Fans will translate stuff like that, and then so you can actually watch it. But if something like SOPA did pass and it forced people to sort of self-legislate and stuff, well, self-manage and check their networks and stuff. First of all, can you believe what a nightmare that would be for YouTube? Have to have somebody just manually check every video going up just go for copyrights. I mean, a lot of websites just wouldn't be able to function, with that sort of responsibility being shifted on them as opposed to just getting takedown notices and stuff. Although, granted, a lot of these sites do host stuff that probably shouldn't. I don't know, it's just a really sort of strange day. I thought I'd make a video about it because, celebrating YouTube, celebrating internet freedom and net neutrality and all that good stuff. And yeah, it's basically one of the bigger issues, because America is increasingly trying to enforce its laws involving the internet across the rest of the world, and occasionally we'll sort of get in everybody else's business about it. I don't know, I mean, it's the whole internet legislation. It's just this incredibly murky field because it's a technology that's not quite like anything that, the world had previously seen. And, the stupid thing is we have all these legislators who barely know how to turn on a computer trying to sort of work out and come to all these conclusions on how these things should be managed. On one hand, I'm sure that they have capable staff members and stuff who put this information together and that they're just sort of working at a top level, but at the same time it's just sort of staggering when you stop to think about it. So tell you what, I'm not going to think about it anymore because SOPA probably wouldn't have ever passed. I mean, after the most recent uproar, I think it's even more unlikely that it'll probably pass. And I doubt anything like it will probably pass anytime soon, although we do have a ton of other sort of anti-piracy laws in the books already, which, I don't know, kind of made this more stringent ruling, sort of, anyway. But yeah, let me jump to the haul portion of the video, which was my pile of loot sort of built up over, I guess, several months. Then I finally just released the order. And real quickly, here's just the rest of the Big Bad Toy Store order. Now, unfortunately, the big stuff that I kind of ordered from, had I just waited for Amazon to carry it, I could have gotten it cheaper, but, you know, I just kept adding to the pile of loot or whatever. Picked up a Funko Gillman, very cool looking. Finally decided to buy a Dalek. Terrible with the pronunciations. Dalek, I think. Why did they call it a Dalek? Yeah. Yeah, something I'd just been meaning to get for a while, but, Picked up the Minimates Sentinel pack. One of the few Minimates I'm actually really enthusiastic about. The Gahoo, because, it's something that I kept meaning to pick up, and that's one of the things I could have gotten cheaper. I just waited for Amazon. A 3 3/4-inch Thundercats Mumra. It's only $3. For what it is, probably wouldn't have paid more than that. Picked up a extra sort of classic Iron Man. I got the larger Diamond Select Gillman, the one that comes with the, I think it was just the female doctor from the first movie. I can't remember her name. Kind of inconsequential, but, she looks great in the package. I do have the sort of standard single card that they'd released at Toys R Us. Not so much exciting, but I'll definitely open this one. The other one I'll probably just leave in pack or whatever. The Lantern, which you've previously seen, which was the thing that I started building the order around. So I wanted to get one. I didn't see Amazon listing one at the time, but since then I did pick it up. Or Amazon has been carrying it. The Sinestro Corps Mongol, also one of the things that I first bought, even before I knew I was going to build Arkillo and stuff. Very cool looking thing. I do have the standard Mongol and stuff. The Silver Centurion Iron Man, one that I kept meaning to pick up. And then the Black Lantern Abin-Sur. I actually just am waiting for my Manhunter to arrive so I can just go ahead and build Arkillo. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a lot of stuff, but at the same time, it doesn't look like that much, does it?